Let's get started with our third module, Code Build. In this module, we will learn AWS Code Build in detail. We will see how AWS Code Build works. We will also see how we can plan a build and how we can run the AWS Code Build directly. By using the AWS code pipeline with AWS Code Build, we will not see in this module. We will see this topic once we learn the AWS code pipeline. After that, we will see how to work with build projects and how to work with builds. We will also learn about build spec, and after that we will have a lab for creating a build project, running the build and planning the build. We will also see the build details and build history, and we will also have another lab to create a build notification using the Amazon SNS. So let's get started with this module. Code Build Basics. AWS Code Build is a fully managed build service in the cloud. AWS Code Build compiles our source code, runs unit tests, and produces the artifacts that are ready to deploy. AWS Code Build eliminates the need to provision, manage, and scale our own build servers. It provides prepackaged build environments for the most popular programming languages and build tools. We can also customize build environments in AWS Code Build to use our own tools. AWS Code Build scales automatically to meet peak build requests. These are the basic three features of Code Build. First is fully managed. AWS Code Build eliminates the need to set up, patch, update, and manage our own build servers. It is on demand available. So AWS Code Build scales on demand to meet our build needs. So we only have to pay for the number of build minutes we consume, and it is out of box. So AWS Code Build provides pre-configured build environments for the most popular programming languages. All we need to do is to point to our build script to start the build. Next is how Code Build works. This is a diagram showing how Code Build works. Let's understand it step by step. First step is how to access AWS Code Build. So we can use AWS Management Console, AWS CLI, AWS SDKs, or the AWS Code Pipeline to create a build and access AWS Code Build. As input, we will provide a build project to AWS Code Build to create the build environment. Build project consists of the information such as where to get source code, the build environment to use, the build commands to run, and where to store the build output. So basically it can direct AWS Code Build for running a build. A build environment represents a combination of operating system, programming language runtime, and tools that AWS Code Build uses to run a build. AWS Code Build fetches the source code into the build environment and then uses the build specification to produce the output. A build specification, the file called build spec, is a collection of build commands and related settings in YAML format, which AWS Code Build requires to run the build. Now, if the output is generated, then Code Build will upload it to the specified Amazon S3 bucket. We can also create notification for build events using Amazon SNS. While the build is running, the build environment sends the information to AWS Code Build and Amazon CloudWatch logs, where we can see the detailed build information. We can also see the summarized build information through AWS Code Build Console, AWS CLI, AWS SDKs, or AWS Code Pipeline. So this is how Code Build works. Now let's see how we can plan a build. Plan a build. For planning a build, we need to answer 4 questions. First is, where is the source code located? AWS Code Build allows to create build from 3 source code repositories: Code Commit, GitHub, and Amazon S3, that is Simple Storage Service. Second is, which build commands do you need to run and in what order? AWS code build downloads the build input from the source provider we specify and uploads the build output to the bucket we specify. Build spec is used to instruct how to convert build input to the expected build output. AWS code build requires that build spec file to run the build. So either we can supply this file with our source code or we can declare while defining the build project. The next question is, which runtimes and tools do you need to run the build? This depends on which language we are preparing our code, Java, Node.js, Ruby or Python. According to that, we need to select Docker images provided by Amazon. Code build runs the build in build environment. Build environment uses those Docker images which we have selected. And the fourth and the last question is, do you need AWS resources that are not provided automatically by AWS code build? And if so, which security policies will those resources need? So if we need AWS resources that are not provided automatically by AWS code build, then we might need to change the AWS code build service role to allow the AWS code build to work with those resources. Now once all these questions are answered, all the settings and resources are ready for running a build successfully. Now let's see the build spec file structure and its information, and then we will prepare our code and we will create and run a build. So let's move ahead. Build spec. Build spec is a file which contains a collection of build commands and related settings in YAML format. AWS code build requires build spec file to run the build. We can include it in our source code or we can declare while defining the build. If we include a build spec as part of the source code, by default the build spec file must be named as buildspec.yml and can be placed in the root of your source directory. But if we want to override this setting, we have to execute some build commands. Now let's see the structure of the build spec file. The build spec file is divided into 4 sequences. First is version. Version is the required sequence and it represents the build spec version. Nowadays AWS recommends us to use 0.2 as version. It still supports 0.1, but we on a safer side we should use 0.2 to have the support of all the features. The second sequence is env. Env is the optional sequence. It represents the custom environment variables in the form of key value pair. The subsequence of env is variables. Variables will have the key value pair and each mapping will represent a single custom environment variable and its value. The third sequence is phases. Phases is the required sequence. It stores the commands which AWS code build will run in each phase. There are total 4 phases in build spec file. The first is install. So it will represent all the commands we want AWS code build to run during installation. The second phase is pre-build. So pre-build will store all the commands which we want AWS code build to run before the build phase. And third phase is build. It will store all the commands we want AWS code build to run during the build and post build. So it will store all the commands that needs to be run after the successful build run. The fourth and the last sequence is artifacts. Artifacts is the optional sequence. It represents the information about where AWS code build can find the build output and how AWS code build will prepare it for uploading to the Amazon S3 output bucket. There are total 3 subsequences: files, discard paths and base directory. Files will represent the locations containing the build output artifacts in the build environment. Discard paths represent whether the paths to the files in the build output artifacts are discarded or not. And base directory. Base directory will represent one or more top level directories relative to the original build location. So this is how a build spec structure look like. In this demo, we will prepare our source code for node.js. We will also prepare buildspec.yml and understand the structure of it. And then we will upload the code to code commit repository, and after that we will create and execute the build. And after the successful execution, we will view the build details and logs. So let's create first our source code. So this is a simple hello world node.js demo. We need these two files for this demo. I have already prepared the source code, so we will walk through the source code and understand what it is meant to be. So first is the hello world.js file. So let me open that file and let's understand what is written in that file. So first we are declaring the variable test, and in that we are defining that we require the unit.js for this file. Unit.js is nothing but the assertion library running on the node.js. After that, we have declared the variable called str, in which we have stored the string that is hello world. And then we are testing that whether the variable str starts with hello or not. So if it starts with hello, then we are writing the past in our console log. So this is the simple hello world node.js file. Now let's move to the build spec, which is used to provide the settings for our build. So here we have defined the version, that is 0.2, as Amazon has recommended. After that we have defined the phases sequence. Here there are total 4 phases: install, pre-build, build and post-build. In install phase, we are installing our Mocha framework. Mocha framework is used to run the asynchronous test. So here we have printed the message that we are installing Mocha, and then using the npm command, that is node package manager, using this command we are installing the Mocha framework. Now in the pre-build phase, we are installing the node package manager dependencies. So here the dependency is unit.js. So using the npm command, we are installing the unit.js in the pre-build phase. After that, during the build, we are printing that build has started on this timestamp, and we have also started compiling the node.js code, and then using the Mocha framework, we are compiling the hello world.js. And once the build has completed, we are echoing that build has completed on this timestamp. So this is the all actions are divided into different phases. And after that, the last sequence is artifacts. In that we have make the output file, and we will send this hello world.js output file in our S3 bucket. So now let's move these two files in our code commit repository. So let's navigate to our Amazon AWS code commit console. So let's get started with creating a repository, that is node.js demo. And let's create this repository. And after that, let's clone this repository first in a local machine, that is git clone, paste the URL, and then that is node.js demo. So it will clone the empty repository, and after that we will move our two files into that folder, and then we will commit those two files. So let's wait for this repository to be cloned in a local repository. So it has cloned the repository. So let's see whether we have that folder here. So yes, we have this folder node.js.demo that is empty. So let's first copy these two files and paste it here. Now let's add these two files. Now if we want to add multiple files together, we can give the parameters as dash and capital A for adding all the uncommitted changes. Let's navigate to the node.js demo, that is our repository, and then let's execute the command git add. So it will add all the unadded changes, and after that let's commit all changes. So let's give the command as so those two files are committed. Now let's push this in our master branch. So it will create the master branch and push all these two changes in our remote repository. So let's wait for this changes to reflect in our remote repository. The new master branch has been created. Now let's refresh this, and we will be able to see our two files. Here we have our two files. Now let's navigate to the code build console and create our build. Let's wait for the code build. So this is our code build console. Here no projects are created, so we can see nothing here, but if any project is created, then we can see all the projects in this dashboard. So before we start creating our build project, first we need to create our Amazon S3 bucket to store our output artifacts. So let's first create Amazon S3 bucket to store our output. So let's navigate to the S3 and let's wait for the S3 to load. Now let's create a bucket to store our build outputs. So we are going to create a bucket. We will name it as Node.js demo builds. And please note that this region should be same as code build and code commit region. So we have selected the same region only, and then click on next. Here all the settings you can keep as it is, no need to select anything, and click on next and then create the bucket. So our bucket has been created. Now let's navigate back to the code build console and let's create our build project. Let's create our build project, give the name as Node.js demo build, and after that there is 3 source provider we can fetch the source from. So that is Amazon S3, code commit and GitHub. In this case we have selected because we have stored our code in AWS code commit repository. So we are selecting AWS code commit. We can also upload our code in Amazon S3 bucket and then we can fetch the source from that. But as of now, let's select the code commit and then choose the repository. So here that is Node.js demo. We will use an image managed by the AWS code build only. So it will provide the required environment to our source code. Now here the operating system only one is available, so select Ubuntu, and runtime is the language on which we have prepared our demo. So in our case it is Node.js. And choose the version. We will select the latest version only. And here we have two settings, as we have mentioned that we can also use the build spec.yml in the source code root directory, or we can insert the build commands while defining the build project. But we have already included the build spec.yml in our source code, so we are going to select this option only. Now here in artifacts we will select that we want to upload our artifacts to the Amazon S3, and then give the artifacts name, that is Node.js demo artifacts, and then select the bucket name here which we have created, that is Node.js demo and builds. So now if you don't have any role in your account, then you can create a service role, and if you have anything, you can choose from your service role. So I have already that service role in my account, so I am choosing that. Otherwise you can create it. After that, let's click on continue. Let's click on save and build to start our build. So it will save our build project, and it will also start building our source code. So let's choose the branch here. Right now we don't have any other branch, we have only one branch, that is master, and we have also some advanced settings available. If we want to change, which we have already specified during the build project settings, we don't have to pass any environment variables. So let's start the build now. So the build is already started. It will show all the phases and its status here. If we want to know in more details, we can click here and we can see the start and end time. If we want to see the entire log, we can click on this link and it will navigate us to the CloudWatch link, and there we can see the detailed log of our code build project. We can also see the summarized information in this build logs, and here all the details build log we can see in this CloudWatch. Let's wait for this to load. See, here we can see all the phases, whether it has been completed, whether it has been errored out, where it has stuck. We can see with time, and we can track all the information from the detailed log. And here we can see the summary of that log file. So all the phases has been completed successfully. So let's navigate to our Amazon S3 and see whether our output file has been generated or not. So let's navigate to the S3. Here, when we will click on our bucket, we can see one file, that is the artifact name which we have given, that is Node.js demo RT, which we have given the artifact name, and in that the helloworld.js file has been created. So if we can remind that in buildspec.yml we have defined it and defined that in artifacts we require the helloworld.js as output. So as we have started build and build has been completed successfully, so after the successful completion of the build, in the post build phase, this file has been created and stored in the Amazon S3 bucket. So this is how we can start the build and automate the whole build process. Now let's see how we can run the build directly. Just select the build and click on the start build button to run the build directly. And other than that, if we want to update or edit any settings in our build project, then we can select the project and then click on update to change any settings, update any source, or modify any settings which we have already defined for our project. If we want to delete this project, then we can also delete it from here. Otherwise we can select it and then in action we can delete it. And we can also see the build history for this particular build project. So when we will click on build history, it will show us all the builds for that particular build project. So here we can see all the information, like what was the status of that build, how much time that build has taken to complete it successfully, who was the submitter, what was the source, and where is the output has been stored, what are the log files. the start and end time, all the required and detailed information for that particular build is stored here. We have another tab called build history. Build history shows all the build run in the past for the different build projects. Whether those build projects present or not, all the build history will be displayed in this tab. Here we can see all the detailed information for that particular build, that what was the source provided, what was the source version used at the runtime of that build, the start time and end time of that particular build, the artifacts link is also provided, and the logs are also provided for the specific build. So here we can track all the builds and their information from this history tab. Now let's see how we can create the build notification. We can also create the build notification, like if we want to notify any user that if the build phase has been completed or stopped, failed. So for any event happening for any build project, we can notify the particular user. So we have already created Amazon SNS topic for that. So let's create the build notification. So for that we have to create a rule in CloudWatch. So let's navigate to the rules here and let's create a rule for that. Here in service name we have to select code build. So select the code build and select that whether we want the event type as all events, code build, state change, phase change, whatever is applicable for you. So as of now I am selecting all events. Now to make it too specific for any particular project, let's add this event pattern preview and let's add the detail like this. Here in detail we will make one parameter, that is build status. See, we want the notification when the build status is in progress, succeeded, failed and stopped, and the project name we will modify and we will put our project, that is Node.js demo build project. So this rule will be particular to this Node.js demo build project. So whether whenever this Node.js demo build project will be in this for build status, we will get the email notification. For that we will select the target. So here we will select the SNS topic which we have already created in our previous lab. So here email notifications. So whenever the Node.js demo build will be in this for state, it will send an email to the configured user. So let's configure the details and create this rule. Build notification Node.js and let's create this rule. The rule is created and it is active also. Now let's start our build and let's see whether we are getting any mail or not. So let's start the build directly. Choose the branch master and no other advanced settings required. So let's start the build. So now it has been submitted and all the phases has been started, and we have also got one mail. Here as we can see, we have also got one mail notification that our build state has changed, and for the account and region and all the detailed information that you can see the build status is in progress. We have also got one another notification for the succeeded status also, as we have already defined that succeeded status in our event pattern preview. So this is how we can get the build notification for any particular build project. Here we can say the project name is Node.js demo build. If we haven't specified any project name, then it will notify us for all the build projects present in our code build dashboard. So this is how we can get notified for any build status changes or any phases for our particular build. So this is all about AWS code build. We have integrated the code build with code commit as well as to CloudWatch and S3 also. So this is how we can integrate the AWS code build with different AWS services. Now let's move ahead with the AWS code deploy, and let's see how we can deploy an application and integrate the code deploy to code build and code commit.